Well, a blessed good morning and welcome once again to our daily devotions. It is really a joy to be with you again. Looking forward to see what Spirit has to say during the weeks and months to come. We are back and we have recently relaunched the Contemplative Life Foundation, and some of you might have gotten an invitation if we had your email address. If we didn't have your email address, you can go to www.contemplativelife.net and you can register there and be a part of the work. We're looking forward to this new season. We have lots of interesting things to offer in the weeks and months to come. We're expecting to have in November a presentation by a very knowledgeable lady in the area of the Enneagram, which is a wonderful personality tool, and the opportunities for retreats and to get together and to do some book studies and to grow. Those who would generally be connecting with us on Friday evenings, I want you to note that the ID for the meeting is changed, so is the passcode. So please, when you see it during the devotions, please take time and make a note of the new meeting ID and passcode so we can be together on Friday evenings. I'd like to continue to extend an invitation to any person to join us on Friday evenings, just to be able to take some time out and just share what we would have learned, or questions, or what we didn't get during the devotions during the previous week. So let's now find a quiet space. Remember, if you're driving, don't close your eyes, pay attention to the road, but just go within and let us find that inner space within us that we can offer a time of peace, a time of deep meditation and reflection, a time when we can be here together and we can feel the divine presence active in our lives. So we breathe. We breathe deeply into our abdomen, and we offer thanks. We offer thanks for all that we've received in the weeks past. We offer thanks for the persons in our lives. As we breathe this day, we do so mindful of the value of this life of ours and how wonderful it is that we can be in this world and we can be a part of all that is around us. We can feel the freshness of the morning, and we know it's a new day. And as we breathe, we want to release whatever in the past has caused us disturbance, whatever has prevented us from moving forward. We want to be able to feel that sense of a new day, a fresh day. And we open our hearts to receive and to give. We bring that light within us, being mindful of our theme. He is light, and in him there is no darkness. We invite the light to be with us, to remind us of our own light. And we offer ourselves to that light, to contribute our light to bring glory to God. So in this quiet space within our hearts, we listen. We listen to hear what God is saying in the depths of our being. Where God is calling us. On what we need to do to be all that God would have us be. It's a new day, a new week, a new series of devotions. A new opportunity, a new beginning. Let's seek grace to let go of the past and to be open to that which is before us. Granting us the love that is ours. So we journey forward this day with an open heart to receive and to give. Philip said to Jesus, Lord, show us the Father, and we will be satisfied. Jesus said to him, have I been with you all this time, Philip, and you still do not know me? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me? The words that I say to you, I do not speak of my own, but the Father who dwells in me does his works. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me. But if you do not, then believe because of the works themselves. Very truly I tell you, the one who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and in fact will do greater works than these, because I am going to the Father. I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If in my name you ask me for anything, I will do it. So we hear a story that John is sharing with us this morning, and he is using a dialogue between Philip and Jesus. Philip is asking to be able to see the Father. But Jesus is challenging Philip about his lack of understanding. It is in truth a challenging statement that Jesus offers. I am in the Father and the Father is in me. To one like Philip, who would no doubt have a sense of God being set apart, who would be in a culture where God was not perceived as being immanent, being present, but God would be perceived as somewhere high up in the heavens, looking down and judging. Jesus brings a phenomenal perspective for us. And I'm not sure if we're still not really grasping it. In a real sense, we are probably still in the same space as Philip was. We probably still don't get it as to what this is all about. Yes, we, because of the years that have gone by and because of how we have revered Jesus, we might probably think, yes, he was the Son of God, he was God, he and the Father one, yes. But we are saying it more from a doctrinal perspective than from an experiential perspective. Jesus is challenging Philip about the experience. Have you been with me all this time and you still don't know me? You still don't know this? You see, because Jesus is not just talking about himself. Jesus wants others to get the understanding that the same way Jesus says, I am in the Father and the Father is in me, he wants others to be able to say that as well. And he tells us when he's speaking to Philip that if you can't believe the statement I'm making, well, see if the works that you're seeing me do can cause you to believe. Because if they can cause you to believe, then there's still an opportunity for you to come to great knowledge. Because if you can believe through the works, and if you can believe that yes, the Father is in me and I am in the Father, because the works testify to this, then when you begin to do works, and mind you, he says, you will do far greater works than the ones I am doing. So when you begin to do the works, you too would realize that you are in the Father and the Father is in you. That's the message Jesus has offered us. Unfortunately, through the years, we have not really been into doing the works. We've not seen a lot of this manifested because we have instead focused on Jesus as someone that is beyond ourselves. And in so doing, in many ways, we have diminished the entire work of the Incarnation. So what is Jesus saying to us? Jesus repeatedly calls his disciples light. We're told that there's no darkness in the Father. But whatever has come from the Father has to be light. So you're light, and I'm light. We now have to awaken to this reality in order that we may be able to do the works and the greater works. There is seriously no debate about the human ability. We can just look and see what has been happening with technology, and we can see that man has some serious potential. But the reality is, he has even greater potential in the spiritual dimension. And this is something that we need to understand and that we need to be able to embrace, because if we don't get this, we're going to just perpetuate the same old stuff that through the years we have been missing. We've got to be able to come to that place where we understand that this human potential is about more than what we can do with our hands in terms of technology, but what we can do through the power of the Spirit of God. And we see it here and there, not too often, but in little places. But more and more, it's becoming a reality. We begin to recognize it, especially among persons who are seeing visions, who are telepathic, persons who are being able to perceive things that others aren't seeing, to sense things that others aren't sensing. Because that's where our human family is intended to go. But we must in some ways withdraw ourselves a little bit from religion as we have known it, which has sought to create otherness. And we need instead to look within and find that one that God has created, that one that God has called into being, that one that God wants to use in the service of others, to heal others, to restore others, to set others free. These are all tasks for the human family, but tasks that we are currently missing simply because we don't focus as we should on that inner dimension, that inner path, that path of oneness and of wholeness. So reflect today on Jesus' conversation with Philip. And Jesus is trying to help Philip see something that somehow seems beyond his vision. And he's using Philip's conversation to teach all of us something about who we are. Because he perceives himself as one of us. And he offers himself as an example of how to perceive the world and how to be in the world. And when we perceive the world as Jesus perceives it, when we learn how to be in the world as Jesus was in the world, then we will awaken to our full potential and we will know who we are. And we would make that grand difference that Jesus speaks of. But it requires us, as Jesus said, to accept that I am in the Father and the Father is in me. If you can't accept it on face value, look at the works and allow the works which are amazing, way outside of our expectation. Let those works testify, yes, I am in the Father, and the Father is in me.